is almost 7 o'clock, and today was awful. I did get some good news, and then, well, I guess it started last night at 10:17. Tim, the pastor, showed up to the house to put a sign up behind my car to make it look like I parked there with the sign being posted and had no consideration. Anyway, so I did quite a few things yesterday. Don't judge me.
Too late.
And so I was kind of tired and then got like really sick. And it isn't like just really sick, like vomity. Yeah, I was vomity. But I had to go to bed. What did I? 9:30? 8:30? Okay, I went to bed really early. So, I'm not old people, you're old people. Anyway, so, I went to bed, and obviously, I don't know when I went to bed. So, my knee had swollen. I can't talk. My knee had swelled, and I could no longer walk. I couldn't bear any weight on my left leg, and Anthony's like, should I call in? And I don't even know if I answered him.
You did not?
Oh, I didn't? So, I laid down and I was out quick. Once I got comfortable, I did wake up all night, off and on, every time I had to move my leg, or it wasn't in a position that was comfortable, it would just shoot pain everywhere. Okay, and so I remember him saying something about, we'll see how you feel in the morning, and he was like patting my butt.
Yep.
And I remember saying something to him, but I don't remember what it was, and then I was out.
Amy, you drooled on yourself and passed out.
Did not drool. Anyway, and so, I didn't get woke up until 12:30 when Anthony finally came to bed. And I remember him telling me that he was just now coming to bed, and I think he had hit my leg or something, or my knee, and I didn't end up going back to sleep until 3 because I was going through footage. So what Anthony told me was and I confirmed the time, he said 10 something. It was 10:17, Tim showed up, the pastor. And he, like I said, put up signs, took pictures to make it look like the sign was there and I parked there. The sign was not there. The sign had not been there for a while. And obviously I have photos to prove it and what have you. It's not that hard to get a hold of with the camera. So he sat with his truck and his high beams on, pointed at our cars and storage unit for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, about that.
I didn't watch all of that. And then he opened the church window, put a spotlight in it, pointed at my car. I'm not sure what that was supposed to gain, but that's what happened. So I guess Anthony had called the cops and they made contact by phone.
Yes.
And what did they say? Get over it.
It was a civil issue.
Okay, so last night, civil issue. And so he woke me up, he told me what was going on, and then Bagheera got on him and Anthony was out. So I looked through the footage and I'm still in a lot of pain And now I feel like I have to be sick. So I go through the footage, make sure to download what I need, and I talked to Connor, and actually he helped me to the bathroom because I had to pee. Still couldn't bear wait at midnight. I had trouble when I first woke up, for probably until I realized what was going. She tripped. And then I just forced myself to walk. So I wake up 7, a little after 7, and I don't know why I opened the door. Mind you, I looked at my car. There is no sign behind my car anymore. So nothing states do not park anymore. I looked out the window. I didn't see the sign from this front window. Nothing. And so I looked in the window first, and then I opened the door. And I realize I'm being blocked in, and it's butted up against the front end of my car. And so it's his truck and trailer. Then they're turning the church into a business, like a little cafe for donations is how it was put. So he, at some point, because I called to see what could be done, and I talked to the officer. Dispatch actually sent me over to the officer, and he said the same thing. He goes, I'm going to tell you what I told Tim this morning. And then it clicked. They wouldn't do anything, so Tim was going to do something about it.
Right.
And so, it's a civil matter. There's nothing you can do. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And I let him go, and 9 something? It wasn't very much after 9. I'm having to rush to call the cops because Tim has now a gentleman trying to Slim Jim my car. And I was just in shock. They tried my driver's side door. They were doing something. Is that when they were at the window? Started vandalizing my car by riding on it. Went to the passenger side, rode on it also, and I think he tried to open that one too. Or at least pried at the door. And then he walked towards Tim, who was sitting in the trailer that was now unhooked at the end of my car, and his truck was on the other side of the church. He shook his hand, and they took off. So I called the cops in the meantime, and at this point, Tim and his wife were, realistically, she's married to someone else. Bring the truck around over here. And I thought it was to hook it up, but they're facing this way. There was no way they could hook it up. Oh, I guess they could have. Because they could have backed in the spot and turned. They could have maneuvered it. No, he and his wife pushed this trailer off to the side in hopes that I would get maybe towed today. I pay rent. They can't have me towed. But they could probably find someone who would be willing to break the law for them. So, cops show up. They notice that the cops are here, and he must have her very well trained because she took a beeline for the truck and hopped in real quick. And he tried to also. Then when the cop went to walk past him, he said, I have to go to work. And he goes, I don't care, you're staying. And so he got snotty with the cop. He was actually the cop we had come out the first time when he was breaking things and lying. And the cop was like, I've seen the video. Try again. And so, he was like, I will talk to her and then I will deal with you. So he came in, I showed him the video. He took the video and then he went to go talk to Tim. We couldn't hear much. He looked at my car to see what was written on my car. And we hear, 'cause the camera didn't pick it up fully, we hear, so tell me who's the guy in red. And we lose all of that. I mean, you can hear blah, 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 blah. And you can hear that Tim is now yelling at the officer. The officer didn't deal with that for very long and started to walk away. He goes, I'm not going to talk to you if you're going to sit here and yell and talk over me. Tim just continued to talk over him. And the cop actually, I rewatched it, yelled at him. 'Cause Tim's like, it's my property. Well, it's not your property. It's the church's property. And, he said some other stuff. Oh, so he repeated what was told to him this morning. Buy shirts. He goes, why are you here? It's a civil matter. And he goes, well, it's no longer a civil matter. And then when they were headed back, you can hear him say, well, what did he say? Something about his buddy. And Tim was like, I don't even know who he is. Well, you hired him, so he's still your problem. He goes, well, are you going to arrest him? He goes, I might. And if you want to keep going and you're standing there taking pictures, he goes, I can take pictures. He goes, you're right, but you're an accomplice. And then Tim's still yelling at him as he walked in my front door. And Tim ended up actually going over the lawn and leaving. We've seen him drive by 3 times. One time, honestly, there's restaurants down that way. The rest were going that way. So no one can say 100% sure that he's still stalking us. But the cop was like, you need to get an attorney and you need to get one now. We are waiting to hear from one of the ones in town that the church has retained in the past. Or used in the past.
Who?
The one over by Sam's. She said if it's a conflict of interest, we will give you a number to someone else. So, we're waiting to hear from them. Obviously, it's 7 o'clock at night. That was a good guess. It's 7:01. That they will call us tomorrow. I talked to another one, and she's actually going out of town for a week. And she was like, file a stalking protection order and do it now. So I said, if I gather up the police reports, will it help? And she said yes. It will show, what would it be, motive? It would show history of what we're discussing. So 27 pages, and you think, like, you know, you usually get a hefty little chunk of ones that are like, this is what you have to do, this is how you have to do it. No, I had 2 pages, the rest were filling it out. So took care of that. That took a good portion of the day. I had to stop to eat, field phone calls, just deal with a bunch of stuff. And by noon, we were both feeling really icky, stress, not eating. Oh, we ate breakfast. Yeah. So I don't know. It was probably just stress. And I am sitting here with my tablet, and this is always on. I can switch it to the 2 cameras. One's in the back, one's in the front. Right now I just have the front available. So I will eventually move my car. Definitely for sure, I will be moving it tonight. He posted signs, smile, you're on camera, which is weird because that's what mine say, and no trespassing, which doesn't even apply to us because we rent. So yeah, it's been an eventful day. I did call Joni's mom. I think it was about the time I had food, and she got to talk to her, which made me really happy to hear that. And her daughter talked to her. I called, but she was taking a nap, and she was like, well, leave me your number. If she feels up to it, we'll have her call you later. And I was like, okay. Should have told her, just tell her I've got a bunch to say, that she can just grunt, and I'd be okay with it. So, just dealing with that, and now we're once again back in that spot in early 2020 where I don't feel safe anymore. And that's what the cop said, you know, he escalates and then he kind of dies down, and he escalates and it dies down, and it's just like enough is enough. So Anthony is over here, got the PlayStation 4 on, playing Balloon Tower on his phone, and I am waiting for Mom to call, and I might try to go to bed. I think actually Connor just went to bed. We've all eaten and we're all kind of done. So anyways, take care, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Love you.